Hi, I'm David, and ever since I could read, I've had a love and fascination for media. While everyone growing up was watching Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Titanic, I was watching the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Flushed Away, Over the Hedge, Chicken Little, and some other stuff. This unique upbringing, combined with my neurodivergence, has resulted in me having somewhat of a unique taste for movies. While I don't profess to know much about cinema, and I usually think I know nothing, sometimes I want to share my thoughts on media regardless. So, this is my 2 cents on Longlegs. First off, kind of a hot take here, I typically don't like most horror movies. I don't like gore, I don't like jump scares, and I don't like scary things with sharp teeth. I also haven't seen, or don't know about, pretty much anything that Longlegs likes to pull from. I haven't seen The Silence of the Lambs, or Seven. I don't even watch serial killer horror movies in general. And I don't know The Art of Joseph Albers. But instead of talking about what I don't know, what I do know is that I love this movie. So it makes my blood boil, or at least mildly tepid, whenever I see Longlegs be regarded as disappointing, or underwhelming, or not fulfilling its potential.
How does it feel to be wrong?
Granted, I think the subjectivity of human beings and the differences in what we like and why is one of the best things about being alive, but another part of me is like, are you guys smoking crack? This movie is amazing. The cast, the music, the writing, the framing, the editing, everyone is firing on all cylinders here. The perfect line reads of Blair Underwood, the sinister stylings and mannerisms of Nicolas Cage, the brilliant, disturbingly off-kilter presence of Alicia Witt, Kiernan Shipka's entire scene, and Micah Monroe. Micah Monroe conveys so much nuance in her performance, and every rewatch feels like peeling back another layer of a beautiful onion, conveying growing up with a vaguely lost childhood, the emotion that bubbles up and bursts out near the end, even the neurodivergent coded way she speaks and averts her gaze. Micah Monroe is a goddamn knockout. I could see how Longlegs might be disappointing if you say, got hooked on the marketing and went in expecting a serial killer horror film that's so scary it would make you puke your guts out. I could even see the disappointment if it was mostly serial killer horror that gets suddenly upended by the supernatural in the final quarter of the film. Fortunately, neither of those things were true for me. I'm gonna get into the writing and the story bit of this video now. If you're watching this video, I kinda assume you've already seen this movie, but if you haven't seen it, I've tried to make this video as spoiler-free as possible. But yeah, this next section will have some form of spoilers. If you want to skip out on this section of the video, just jump to the timestamp on the screen. Don't worry, I'll give you a hot second to do so on whatever you're watching this video on. You ready? Okay, let's ride. From a writing and story perspective, this movie resonates with me deeply. Lee's mother, Ruth, is willing to repeatedly watch as horrible shit happens out of an intense and unwavering love for her daughter. Lee herself thusly possesses a vaguely lost perspective on childhood in general for the first 80% of the movie. As someone with their own ups and downs relationship with their own mother that's connected to bad shit happening in my childhood and growing up, this movie resonates with me deeply. While there were multiple little pinpricks of expressed discontent with this film that spurred me towards making it, what really caused me to finally start working on this video was my recent rewatch with director's commentary. And I'm paraphrasing here because it's not like I can just clip the commentary like I can the movie, and I don't want to film my TV. Specifically how Osgood Perkins was proud of how the movie comes together in the final quarter of the film. And I agree. Which is interesting because the final quarter of the film tends to be everyone's least favorite part. Ruth using story time is a poor way to draw everything together. Have you met this character? This is the same woman who still lives in the same home that she raised her child in, which is now packed with stuff. She explicitly mentions to Lee that all of her things are still in her room. She mentions on multiple occasions big bad wolves, and Lee even finds out that her mom kept her teeth and other samples for years. Of course story time is how she would explain it, especially because the actual explaining is done when Lee was still a child. A brilliant aspect of the film that I only caught on a rewatch, but in hindsight feels impossible to miss, is the way that Lee, being psychic,
maybe we'll just call you highly intuitive,
is portrayed throughout the film. And I do stress throughout, the supernatural stuff does not suddenly enter in the last quarter of the film.
It's like something tapping me on the shoulder, telling me where to look.
We are hearing and seeing what Lee is hearing and seeing. It isn't just aesthetic, it's diegetic. I also want to again sing the praises of how well the dialogue is delivered, and that is certainly in part due to both Oz Perkins' magnificent directing and the magnificent actors delivering their lines. I dare you to find me a line read from this movie that falls flat, because in my opinion, you can't. Trust me, I checked.
You dirty, flirty old angel bitch.
Downstairs? Downstairs from where?
Everywheres.
It's my daughter. But it's not my daughter.
Because you are the dark. Because there's nothing in there.
Just happy as peaches to watch the ground as it come up to meet me.
Daddy! Mommy! Make me! And save me from the hell of living!
Visually, I also may be biased because I grew up around South Central Pennsylvania, even though the movie takes place in the PNW. So visuals like this, and this, and this were all common sights for me. To see it displayed so well and so ominously is consistently captivating. Also, two visual things I want to point out. This, the inside behind car shots, and this, the slow zooms, awesome. Unironically, peak cinema. I also appreciate the boxy aspect ratio for the flashbacks, because if there's one thing I love to see in cinema, it's boxy aspect ratios, baby.
Take up your mother's trident.
Fortnite.
Part of the consistently sinister ambience of this movie is due to how it's shot, and shot brilliantly. A sizable portion of the movie is shot as if there either is or could be someone lurking in the background. And most of the time, there is. Oh, and the music! I listen to Hell on Earth on repeat constantly, but some of my other favorites are the Evidence Scene, The Devil's Delta, Harker Stumbling Out, and more. Man, I love this movie. Alright, if there's anything else I've forgotten, I'll just add it here.
It's not over.
The editing. Remember how I said I don't like jump scares? A neat little caveat to that is sound design jump scares. I love them. Also, the two big jump scares that are in this movie, I love them. I love clever editing, and this movie has got it. Speaking of editing, I just want to point out that I made this video by myself, and I'm proud of it.
He did it alone, with no accomplices.
If you have seen this movie and don't like it, I hope this video changes your mind on it. If you haven't seen this movie, I hope this video causes it to sink its teeth into you like it does me. Either way, give this movie a shot. It is my firm belief that Longlegs should be in discussion for best movie of its year, possibly the decade. Oz Perkins, Neon, and everyone else involved in the making of this movie, thank you for making this movie. While others on the internet don't seem to either see or agree with what you put out, I believe that I do, and I love it, and I love you for it.
I am done.
Well, this may be the end of the video, but I would be remiss if I did not tell you about the fuel that powered me through bringing this video together Guacamole Gamerfart 9000. This video is not sponsored in any way by GamerSupps, and I doubt the Russian Badger even knows I exist, but I'm a huge fan of both of them, so I wanted to tell you about this anyway. Powder, water, energy drink. It's that simple. But if you're like my neurodivergent ass and want to reduce the prep steps, you could also try to snag an energy drink can version. Use code BADGER for 10% off on GamerSupps, and subscribe to the Russian Badger on YouTube. His videos have exponentially more time and effort put into them than this one, and they're so consistently well-made, high-quality, entertaining, and hilarious that I've pretty much absorbed some of his speaking cadence, because I'm just autistic like that. Use code BADGER for 10% off, and let me know down in the comments what media you guys want my 2 cents on next. See ya!